LeBron James keeps to be having conversations with the media. You loved what he said last night, and what I mean by loved, you couldn't stand it.
I don't even know if it was that I couldn't stand it. I think I laughed when I heard him say this because I just was like, do you hear yourself what you're saying? We have the sound, right? Like, this is after the game against, again, the Lakers lost to the Warriors in LA, and this is a little bit of the postgame that he had to say.
I mean, I've been a part of them making big acquisitions to change their dynamic of their team before. Had to go against them when they added Kevin Durant. So, I mean, Jimmy Butler is great, and he adds a toughness to him. He adds a championship DNA type of guy. It's always the same. They always figure it out. They always add somebody that makes them dynamic.
They always add someone who makes it dynamic. My guy, you just added Luka Doncic. You just added arguably top 3 best player in the world to your team. And here you are saying the Warriors always do this, adding a dynamic player who, I love me some Jimmy Buckets. I love Jimmy Butler. He is great. To say that he and Luka are even comparable, probably not. And I love Jimmy. And what's even funnier, if you look at Jimmy's stat line, pedestrian. He did not do much.
4 of 7 from the floor, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals.
And why? Because he's there to help facilitate other things. Absolutely help Draymond on the defensive side, help Curry get open. Curry had a great game. Brandon Pajemski also had a great game. But it was like what he did wasn't this, oh my God, look at the performance that Jimmy Butler did in order for us to lose at home against the Warriors. It wasn't him. He wasn't the reason that they won. And so it's just so funny because you have been surrounded by star players most of your career. And here you are kind of complaining that the Warriors got Jimmy Buckets?
Here's where I don't think it's apples to apples is when he's comparing the addition of Jimmy Butler with the addition of Kevin Durant.
Right.
Like Jimmy Butler, yeah, you like him more than I do.
Yes, I like him more than a lot of people.
I will say that he's fit in very well.
He really has.
Hasn't ruffled feathers. But to your point, last night wasn't the reason why they won. It was because of Pajemski. It was because of Kuminga. Moses Moody played well for them last night. In fact, Steph's plus minus was actually negative, as crazy as that was, in 37 points.
He didn't shoot the ball well from 3, even though he was a leading scorer.
Yes, but the stretch in the fourth quarter where it felt like they were trading threes, big moment.
Yep.
But they were able to keep them at arm's length. I felt it was almost an opportunity for LeBron to remind us on how bogus it was that the Warriors got Kevin Durant and that it probably cost him championships at that point. Because to your point, it wasn't that it was Jimmy Butler's great game, even though the question was about Jimmy Butler.
It was about Jimmy,
and how he was incorporating himself with the Warriors. To your point, he wasn't a huge factor last night, but I wonder if LeBron's ulterior motive in bringing up they always do that, because they've tried to bring in D'Angelo Russell, didn't work out. There have been other players they've tried to refresh and do things different, and it hasn't panned out. And now you have these young players who are actually making strides without Klay Thompson being there, and it is a different look, and now you can bring in Jimmy Butler. So it's not apples to apples in that situation. I just felt like LeBron wanted to take the opportunity to tell us he should have more rings if it wasn't for Kevin Durant signing with Golden State.
And also, how about telling us already that it seems like you think you're going to lose to the Warriors in a 7-game series. Like, that's already sounding like defeat to me. Well, yeah, they do this. I've had to deal with this.
Yeah, they haven't been playing well lately.
They haven't. And the Warriors have been playing well with Jimmy. Like the Laker, Luka, LeBron, hype that everyone saw. How many did they win in a row? 7, I think, or something.
Yes.
And then it kind of like dipped, and like they haven't really been playing as together as well as the Warriors. But this seemed also like a foreshadowing in case we lose. Remember, I told you they do this. They add dynamic players, and I'm just letting you know in case we lose to them.
I just immediately said, yeah, I don't know if they won 7 in a row, but it sounded good. They did win a bunch of games in a row.
I think something like that.
But they
6,
do have
7.
one of the worst records. We just saw a graphic on NBA TV while we were in the studio a little while ago. I think they're 6-9 in their last 15. And I feel that the more that you watch Luka play, the more that you're seeing maybe why Nico Harrison ended up making a move. I mean, there was a point last night where Draymond stripped him of the ball.
Such a good, and he didn't even complain. That's how good it was. Luka flops and complains all the time. He didn't even do anything. He was like, "Damn, he got."
Well, that
me.
was the thing, is he didn't even do anything. It was like in terms of like complaining, but he also didn't like immediately run back on defense.
No, I know.
You know, like and
He was frustrated at that point.
Yeah, and completely frustrated, and I think that's part of it. That's why he was frustrated in the NBA Finals last year and wants them to, he's committing fouls and being lazy, and so the honeymoon is over. I think that we can realize that with the Lakers. Now, what happens over the next, week or two as the regular season wraps up, we'll really see how this team ends up entering the playoffs, because it doesn't seem like it's as feel good as it was with Luka.
It just seems like the Lakers are right, because I think at the beginning it was like, obviously give Luka the ball, right? Like let Luka run the show. And I feel like the Lakers don't know if that's the approach that they want, or if they still want like LeBron running the show. And then you have Austin Reeves, who's great. Like I just don't think they've realized how to manage with Austin Reeves, who is becoming his own star, quote unquote.
Yeah, I think that's
shooting his veins, shooting up his veins. He's shooting up his veins.
The ice in his veins.
The ice in his veins.
I said it's shooting heroin.
Yeah,
that's. I'm just kidding.
But he's not.
It's
the ice in his veins. But it does look like he's shooting something too.
Listen to the names we talked about for the Warriors: Podziemski, Kuminga, Moody. It wasn't all Curry, Butler, and Green. And I think with the Lakers is you are also going to need other people aside from James, Doncic, and Reeves.
Did you see the bench for the Lakers? 7 points yesterday.
All right, Bronny, time to step on up.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could have gone 7,
1,
you guys.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.